Hello, happy Friday, everyone. Here with Betty Rithrow and Roy Dickan under the banner of Total Traffic and Conversion. And today we're going to talk about content. So who wants to go first and jump in here?
I think Betty would be the right one to start it.
All right, I will. I'm the content gal of this team, you might say. And so the thing about content is that you need to have a strategy. First of all, you need to know exactly who you're writing for, because when you have a very highly targeted message, you create a magnetism that is going to connect with your ideal audience. And even people who may not be your ideal audience will still feel that magnetic connection and be ready to engage with your material. I'm going to go through this little graphic that Greg has provided that gives a great outline of what we call a content continuum. So it starts with content that builds traffic and awareness and brings in your leads. That can be your blog posts, your free reports, online ads, free content, articles, newsletters, general web pages, podcasts, videos, case studies, press releases, white papers, social media posting, radio and TV, ebooks, webinars, brochure. Generally, anything that makes people aware that you actually exist and that you have something to offer. And certainly lead magnets fall firmly within this category, because if you're starting from scratch, you want to start with that so that your people have something to engage with and you have a new audience to communicate with. That can be any number of things. It could be a checklist. It could be a roadmap to success of some sort or other. It could be a short video that outlines something and addresses a specific problem that you know your target audience has. Something that engages you with the marketplace and allows them to know, like I said, you exist and you're ready to do something for them and with them. From there, once you have that in place, we start to build copy that links to a direct sales page. For instance, your funnel series, now that you have them involved in your emailing, you can begin to make people aware that you're building an offer. You don't even have to have the offer yet before you start telling people that you have it. You're marketing a book or a publication or a video or a course. You want to let people know, I'm working on this and it's for you. Single direct emails with links that take them back to your website where they may not even have been because they opted in from some other platform such as social media. Online ads with teasers and links, articles with a call to action, web pages with links, newsletters with a call to action, social media posts with a call to action, and chatbots. In other words, all of these things now, besides building awareness, have a direct call to action that leads them to the next stage of the process of direct sales copy. Buy, order now. It takes them to places where they have a single choice: buy, don't buy. It simplifies everything for everyone. The classic sales letter packages. Your catalog or e-commerce product copy, your online ads, buy now, your appeals for fundraising, letters, advertorials, radio and TV, again, with calls to action, video sales letters, magalogs, bookalogs, postcards, and sell sheets. Some people just swear by postcards even now because for some markets, it's great. And then last but not least, we have retention copy and content. Again, back to newsletters. This is not the easiest graphic to read. Emails with special sales, social media groups, exclusive content such as videos and webinars, live office hours. If you offer such things, for instance, in your membership, you want to make sure people are aware of those so they can show up. Particularly if they paid for it, you want to make sure that they're getting the value that they paid for so that you can keep those clients. Marketing is about not only attracting clients, but keeping them within your world and engaging them regularly with fresh value. You want to have registration updates, upsells, and first dibs. That's like early bird. I have this amazing event coming up. My early bird price is 40% or less of what my price is going to be in 3 days. So hop in now. That's an example of that kind of messaging where you get people to hop in, and then if they haven't hopped in on the first bite, then they're going to pay more. And so all of those things lead to something called content.
Yes. Yeah, so I think we need to give credit. That little graphic there came from American Writers and Artists Institute, and but it corresponds with pretty much what we do with here on Total Traffic and Conversion with all the parts, and it's no wonder that people clients feel overwhelmed.
I felt overwhelmed reading that list. I said, all of this and a bag of chips too?
Yeah, the good thing is you don't have to do all of it, but you have to do much of it.
Yeah, I know. No, and doing all of it would be a disaster because there's no two markets that are alike. So part of what we do is to figure out what is going to work for your particular market and do those things and not all the rest of them.
Yeah. So Roy, maybe you can describe from a niche domination perspective how important the content is and where it goes in the scheme of Google's world and like.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. With niche domination, content is really paramount because Google really loves content and they really can't see anything but words. So, I mean, if you have a picture, you really have to have what they call an alt tag so they even know what it is because it's not humans that are looking at anything with respect to Google properties such as your website or your Google business profile or even a YouTube video. The content is what Google really looks at the most. So it can't really be much more important than that. But when Betty was talking about you can talk directly to your prospects and preferably your ideal prospects, content in the way you word it can bring the appropriate people in, your ideal prospects, and can keep the tire kickers out. So it's so valuable. But one thing that I can never forget with Google is that probably everybody, of all the people that come to your website for the first time or your Google business profile, at least those two, the majority of the people, and I mean over 70%, come for your content. They come to learn something. And so content becomes so important because if you don't have a good user experience for them the first time, they may not be back. And in fact, Google may not give you a chance to bring them back, depending on how bad the experience is. And they measure it in how many seconds they stay on there. Hopefully it's a lot more than just seconds. But and if they go to different parts of your website, either scrolling down or going to different pages, or they go to other things that are clickable off your website or Google business profile. So content, if there's any one thing that's more important than everything else, it is the content. So in niche domination, if you want to dominate your niche, content is absolutely mandatory. And the way that Betty does it is the way that will attract the most people and will single out the ones you don't want and keep the ones that you do. So content is absolutely, I mean, it can't be any more important for niche domination, which is how you attract your clients in the first place.
Yeah, thanks, Roy. And I think part of this is there needs to be a balance between information that's helpful for the reader and sales stuff. If you're just making sales offers all the time, that's not always going to work. You need to make the offer occasionally, or you have a link to something next. But if you're just bombarding them with sales pitches, that's not going to get presence either. So it's a dance.
Yeah,
it's a dance. Yeah.
To add to that, generally you bring them in the first time with the content. Now, they could be going to buy something right off the bat because they know of you or they know you. But generally, you're establishing the relationship with the content. And once you've done that to a certain extent, an offer will go over very well. In fact, you've got to do it. I mean, you don't just want to do content with no offer, but the majority of the times they come to you, it's probably going to be for content of some type. Either they don't know anything about you or your offers, or they bought something and they want to learn what else you have that's available, and it just goes on from there. But if you don't make offers, you're not going to get any business.
Yeah, that's very true. So I have a little website, it's just a one-page thing. It's where people can buy tickets for a play called The Women in Black. I think there's 18 words on there in total, a little contest they can enter, and a button to click to buy tickets. And it's selling about $100 an hour worth of tickets. But people come there knowing they want it. That's what, they're just coming there to get the tickets. It's not making the sale there, though. There's a little audio description of what the play is all about, which really seals the deal. I think they're curious and they get there, and that's enough for them to be sure that that's what they want to do. So we're going to run out of sales because we've run out of tickets to sell. Just pretty much.
Hey,
that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, for sure, with small theater, you can't guarantee anything, right? Usually the production crew is hoping to maybe break even by the last day or something, but they broke even a week before the show started, and they made a tidy profit. I think they're probably over 85% sales for all of the nights, so it's pretty good. And 3 sold out completely. So
packed. Yeah.
That's a win.
That is a win. And it's the right kind of content for that sales page, right?
Yeah.
They get the audio, and then they're like, I want to be in that playhouse. I want to be part of that, right? That's the persuasive thing. If you just wrote about it, they'd be like, oh, well, maybe.
Yeah. So what was driving people to that page were press releases, interviews in the media. And then it started getting good. People were volunteering to do reviews of the show. So that's just really started accelerating.
Nice.
And reviews, if they have good content in them, are actually better than reviews that don't have good content, or just the stars or something like that.
Yeah.
They're not going to be anywhere near as valuable.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a great example of the marketing art. Start with the written material, the press releases, build the buzz. By the time they get to the sales page, like you said, Greg, they already know that's what they want.
They just want to get it.
That is perfect.
Yeah. So that's what we're aiming for with our overall content strategy, so that if they're looking for something, no matter what, they're going to come across that person's offer somewhere or information about them. And then when they go to the link, they're pretty sure that's what they want. So, that's our strategy.
Yeah, and it all starts with building that awareness, though. That's the very first thing. Is you got to step out in front of step out into the light and let people know you're there and that you got something to offer. And furthermore, here's what it is. And here's some information for you that will make your life better today. And as soon as people start feeling that from you, they'll start to be more and more interested in what your content is about.
Yeah.
Because people buy from feeling. You build that feeling. It's like someone quoted it to me yesterday, the Maya Angelou quote about how people will never forget how you made them feel. If you make your audience feel that they that you care about them, that they know you. It may take them a long time before they come back, but they will. They'll remember you.
So some people say they make the first inclination to buy with feeling, but often they need enough information to justify the feeling. So
yeah.
So,
you can't just say, "I'm so nice, just buy from me." That's not going to work.
So you have to cover the bases.
Yeah.
And I personally, I don't buy anything unless I've looked at it from a number of different angles. So that's where, if you have a range of articles and reviews and samples and all that kind of thing, can really help get people comfortable with what you're offering.
Right.
And once they make that first purchase, your content can tell them about something else they might need next. And you can continue to make offers that will take them to the next step of the journey that they probably came to you for in the first place. They made one purchase that got them a little ways toward where they want to be. And the next purchase may get them a little farther down the timeline. And hopefully years later, they've just about hit where they want to be. And then you can come up with a new offer that they see another distant path that they want to get on.
Right. Because by then you'll have learned new things and be able to give them more value.
Yeah.
So going back to this little graphic here, the last column was retention, right? And I think that's some things that many people, they spend so much time getting people into the pipeline and selling them, and not enough attention making the people who've already held out their hands to buy happy, So it's all, it's all the continuum, as we said. So keep them going from the cradle to the grave, or some kind of analogy.
Well, follow through is the whole thing, And when you can really show people that level of integrity, that you always follow through and that you grow with them and for them, and you have something to offer that suits them now as we're moving through life, those are the people you want with and those are the people who want you.
Yeah, no, that's fabulous. And it's hard to do. Like, as an individual, all three of us have kind of operated as lone wolves, right? For a while.
And, a long time for me.
Yeah, and so you get overwhelmed. Like, there's things that you want to do for a client, but you don't have the ability to do it, or the cycles to do it. And so that's the beauty of us, the three of us working together. And then we're bringing in some more referral partners under the umbrella of Total Traffic and Conversion. So that means we're all capable of helping in many areas.
Yes, we have some pretty exciting new people coming into our sphere of influence, if you like. And looking forward to providing more value.
More value, yeah. No, it's quite amazing. So we're getting to be quite a capable little group here. With people. Yeah.
And every person we add expands our capabilities so much more that we can, for one thing, do a whole lot more for the same client, and for another thing, be able to take on clients we never would have been able to take on before we added that next person.
Yeah,
so it's really exciting.
Yes, it is exciting. That is very exciting, and be able to help also support the businesses that we work with in taking the next step up to grow their infrastructure with tools that, like you said, Roy, we don't know how to do these things, but we know who does. And we relate well together, and our team will figure out what you need and make it happen.
And if they don't know how to do what they now have decided that they want to do each day and each week and each month, we can make sure that the outsourcing is available. If we can't do it, we'll find somebody that can. So that no one has to be fearful of, oh, there's no way I can do this, because we can make sure that all becomes not only a possibility, but, far beyond that. I hate to say anything beyond probability, but I probably can.
Well, yeah. So our joke is between the three of us, we have 150 years of experience. Plus, we got
Don't
pretty
say
good,
that.
pretty good Rolodexes, right? Like good contacts with.
Right. We've been around the block more than once, I think, each of us. So yeah, that's real.
That number of years is scary, though. Don't bring that up.
That's when I once in a while I'll pick like a movie will come on. I says, "Oh, I remember that." Wait a minute, that was 60 years ago.
Yeah. It's all good. It's called experience.
Yeah, experience.
Experience plus attitude means you can be effective.
Yeah. And we're bringing on some people who are a little younger too.
Yeah.
Because we actually have the whole scale covered of the age.
Yeah, the whole. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because there are advantages to, well, especially in IT, of the people who are coming out of college today, because they're learning in college things that a lot of us had to either learn on our own by trial and error, or just things that we don't really know. We may know about, but we haven't mastered, and they've learned it in college. So when they come out, they're ready to put that into place immediately. So that adds too. So it really is good to have a complete age range of capable support people, which we do. So
yeah. Well, that's the value of teamwork. I mean, let's face it, we don't have time to learn everything new that's coming out because we're busy growing our client base and taking care of our clients. So bringing in people who know the things that need to be done is the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was talking to someone the other day who was explaining that, and he's somebody I count on as a mentor. And he explained that he's got a mentor and his mentor's got a mentor. So, it's just saves so much time if you can work with somebody who already knows how to do this and maybe has done it for years. Mm-hmm. And so it's, much simpler for them. The time it would take for somebody to learn what I've learned over this enormous period of time, which unfortunately Greg has brought up, there's no reason for anybody else to go through that.
Exactly. That's what I tell people. Look, I swallowed Aristotle whole and wrote an essay or 5 every day for years. So you don't have to do it because I learned these tools. I put them at your disposal, and I will spare you the ancient Greek.
Yeah.
Got to do it.
Yeah, you got to do it.
I mean, I don't even want to remember those. I mean, some of those words are burned within my soul forever, and they're my guiding principles. Others, not so much. And, like I said, if I can translate that into effective tools for today, that's what to do. Period.
Yeah. Something beyond answering questions in Jeopardy, right?
Good point.
Yeah, I don't know if Jeopardy would even bring those in. They might, but yeah.
Oh, they have every once in a while. They have sort of the ancient Greeks and all that stuff. Pull up a bunch of things.
Now he's comparing us to the ancient Greeks. Oh boy.
It's just getting worse. I should stop now.
Yeah. Please do.
Yes, enough. Really. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We keep wanting. I keep on saying we're 60 going on 16 because we're not growing up anytime soon.
No, there's no point in growing up.
No, that's completely overrated.
And when they say grow up, they mean stop growing.
Yeah, don't ever want to do that.
No, we can be mature without having to be that other idea.
That other idea we won't mention.
Right. Leave it out of today's process. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
So I guess, do we have any questions from our audience today?
It's just more fun, too, to work as a group. Besides the fact
we have fun.
I had no idea what I was missing trying to do this all by myself. Oh.
Well, I didn't either. So the cool thing is that it's happening now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So if
I'm
anybody,
happy about that.
we're happy. Okay, it's happy Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
So if you're interested in learning more about us, you can go to totaltrafficandconversion.com, and there's a profile of each of us. And plus, we have more people to add, but we have people described under our referral partners. So we're getting quite an interesting collection of people that we're working with. So it's quite fun. Some of the people have some very unique offers.
Indeed, they do.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yes.
And we're always
busy schedules too, so hopefully some of them can come on our show very soon.
Yes. We'll probably have at least one guest next week, and we'll you can get to meet them, and we'll have a conversation about their specialty.
Yay.
So, yeah.
And
yeah,
those of you who are not our referral partners, come on the show and tell us what you can do, and we may be able to make life a whole lot better for you, and you can make it a whole lot better for us.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to offer things that nobody ever thought could ever be offered by one group of people, just to hit it from all angles.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah, they'll get that too.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, that's a really good thing. To invite anybody, just reach out. There's appointment links, I think, on the website to meet with any of us and or all of us, and we can learn about each other, learn what you're looking for, both as a service provider and also as a client, because we can help a lot
Either
of you.
way, yes.
If you're where's my graphic here? If you're overwhelmed by this,
don't worry about it.
Give us a call.
Right. We'll circle one or two things on each of those lists and draw the line in between them so that they make sense and that they make it happen.
Yeah, and I guess to say part of our process is we don't try to do everything at once. We try to figure out what you need now. We do the most important things probably on a week-to-week basis. Like, what are the 3 most important things you need to get done this week? We work on those and then see what the next 3 are, and then circle back. A lot of those things are ongoing. Some of that content, we have a philosophy of create once, use as many places as possible, and also reuse. You can take out your gems from last year and repost them, and maybe adjust them or whatever. So you don't have to be. It doesn't have to be as overwhelming as that graphic make it seem.
Yeah. So I think it'll be good if you want to open your mind and figure out where you really want to be, not just where you are now, and not just 2 times as good. Think about being 10 times as good.
10 times as good.
Let us help you get there.
Yeah, we'll help you get there.
Yes, we will.
Okay. So on that note, shall we play our little video again?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay.
Right.
Here we go.
Yay.
Happy Friday, everybody.